Well, we're here. The moment we've all been waiting for. Adi is going to lose his virginity. No, that's not going to happen. It's IPL season, is what I mean. Hey guys, welcome back to the Cheeky Bastards podcast. Podcast that's all
इसको
about
माइक
cricket
किसने
and the
दिया?
banter that comes with it.
माइक
So Adi, come on. The answer to किसने आदि को नहीं
So
दिया is
Adi, do
everyone
you
because
want to do Oscars?
wrist slap moment.
of oh no. Thank God it's a video podcast, so I don't have to face Adi further. Okay, now we are here to discuss obviously the one thing that we made the podcast for. Adi would have to agree. This was the only motivation
Women's
behind it.
Premier
That
League final
to
Right. That's
yeah,
what we were.
yeah,
and
definitely,
Mumbai winning there only as well.
yeah. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for the team I don't know two players from. More than two players from. Like I know Lanning and I know Jamara, to whatever her spelling is, but that's it. And I know she plays for it because I saw her in one commercial.
Shafali Verma would be disappointed.
That's the I don't even know who she is. So let's move on to what is important, which is the men's side of cricket. I'm just kidding.
So match is ready to be
This is a
cancelled.
joke. For people who don't know this, yeah, this is a comedy podcast, guys. Hey, comedy, it's about making fun. Like used to be at least. So let's let's try to bring that back, and let's try to let's try to get into our first team to discuss. So what we're going to do here is go in detail about who are the players who we think are going to be the going to form the 11, and then obviously criticize each and every decision in that process, like who the fuck is playing one, why the fuck is he playing, who the fuck allowed him, all of that. So let's dive deep into that, and for that I'll ask Akshay to start with his favorite team. So let's start with MI.
Okay, if it's money, then MI is my favorite team. But cricket is about emotions as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. Not Adi's view, but okay, let's go ahead with KKR then Akshay. Let us know what is the team, what does the team look like to you, and who'll play where and why. Why do you think?
okay, I again from my perspective, again this is thinking keeping in mind that some of the players again Shreyas Iyer per se, he's doubtful somewhere to play. But keeping
Mm-hmm.
in mind, opening, I think top opening would be Venkatesh and Liton Das.
Okay.
Then Jagdishan, I think he's the only keeper, right? There is Liton Das as well, but again, either anyone who can do the keeping, right? Then next, hmm?
So l- let me ask you the main question, I guess. Who do you think is going to captain? Because you said Iyer is not there, right? So are they going to give the veterans, of KKR, which would be Russell and Narayan, one of them a chance? Or is it going to be somebody who's actually a very good captain, would be Shakib, I guess? All three of them outside India, obviously that's fine, I guess. But who do you think, in your perspective, because you know KKR the
Correct.
most, so who do you think they're going to
For
choose?
me, I think again they might go to if again keeping in mind that Shakib is not whatever squad we have prepared essentially, Shakib is not
Right.
there,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
11. So
So let's
if
add him,
he's
right?
yeah
If
if he's
hmm.
not there, then it would be Narayan or Russell.
You gave all three options.
They would they would go they would go with
Right.
seniority again. They cannot go with again Venkatesh Iyer or Lockie
Not Rahul.
Ferguson. They
No,
won't.
they
They
won't be
won't.
there.
So
Yeah. So if from my perspective, if again Shreyas is not playing, then regular 11 captain would be, if I'm not wrong, Narayan. No
okay.
Russell Narayan.
Right.
I have a bit of disagreement on this
That
note. So
makes sense.
recently we have seen Rinku Singh doing really well in the domestic circuit, and he's kind of respectable member of the UP side as such. Not sure on the KKR front. He has barely started playing a few matches in the last year, right? Uh, I was hearing some
Hmm.
noise that one of Nitish Rana is also among consideration, because see, Shakib as a captain is a brilliant choice. But if I'm looking at the team combinations, I don't understand how exactly you're going to put him in that round, because you definitely need to play Russell and Narayan, right? You need one of the foreign pacers.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
these three are fixed, and
Yeah.
out of Gurbaz or Leighton Das, you're going to play one of them uh, in the top order. So how does Shakib fit into that picture? That's my main point of concern, and hence I'm not very much in favor of him. Sunil Narayan, yes, possibility, but
What is
I
the
haven't seen
problem?
him captaining so much, so not sure on him. But let's see. Yeah.
So my question would be then, uh, who are we sticking with Litan Das and Gurbaz because of keeping, or is N Jagdishan a keeper?
Young Jagdishan is a keeper.
Okay, so if N Jagdishan is a keeper, and then I guess you can slot in Shakib in place of the other two batsmen, right? Because what are you getting out of Gurbaz and Litan Das? An opening slot. I get
Yes.
they're good opening batsmen. I'm not saying they're not. In time in a crisis time where you need a captain in the team, at least for me. So I'll say this for my side. I think they should go for Shakib, and they probably
Right.
will go
Yes.
for
Yes.
Shakib,
But
right?
but
And then
Jagdishan is also an
Yes.
opener, right? He opens.
yeah, exactly. So Jagdishan can open, and then Shakib can come first down, and that should be, I think, that should be the team then. So I would I'll just update, uh, and we'll go with Venki and Jagdishan opening and
Right. That
Shakib
would make a
defending.
lot of sense
Right.
actually.
After that, I think it's pretty. Yep. Cool. So now that we have agreed, I think rest of the team is as has always been. I don't think you can make the changes, right? There's not much chopping and changing
But
going on even
but
if players are
this is keeping in mind that Shreyas will not play. But
yeah, sure. So
but if he is going to play, then it will be different. Then probably Jagdishan might not play. They might play Gurbaz or again Luton.
then there is a high chance that Shakib might not play
Yeah,
also, because it can become the 2015 George Bailey Michael Clark situation wherein
correct.
Oh
if
man.
Michael Clark is injured or not available, Bailey's the captain. If he's available, then Bailey's not
Right.
even in the 11. I, it can become one of those things. Hey, as I've said to all my exes, it is what it is, right? You gotta really, we
Okay.
have to
Actually,
move
on this
past
note,
these
no, Akshay, when you
things.
said right that if Shreyas Iyer is fit and if he's available, then you have to play one of Gurbaz or Little. But I think they are more relevant if you don't have Shreyas Iyer, because you are missing a senior batter who can play quick innings as well. Then they become more important. But if Shreyas Iyer is available, in that case, I would actually prefer an Jagdishan opening along with Venki, so that you can maybe remove Nitish Rana and play Shakib Al Hassan instead of him, because again, equally capable middle order player.
They won't remove Nitish Rana for sure.
Agreed, agreed, Adi. But what Akshay is saying is correct. They won't.
They'll
That's what I
probably
said, right?
remove
So,
Rinku Singh.
let me just very quickly.
Okay,
No, they won't.
No,
Rinku Singh, Nitish
they're going to.
Rana, Narayan.
They are
okay,
going to
okay.
stick
Yeah.
I'm
with
done.
these players, dude. Think about it. Think about it. Venki hasn't performed in two consecutive seasons,
1.5
right?
actually.
Not performed as in not. You know, just one. We have seen
Half.
him in one good season, basically. But KKR sticks with their players, whatever happens, right? So they are sticking with him. They are going to stick with Rinku. They are going to stick with Nitish Rana. So this whole batting lineup would be the same then. Like Venki, Jagdishan, Shakib, or let's say um, Iyer if available, and then Rinku, Nitish, Russell, Narayan. This would remain standard, and Shardul. Okay,
But but
all
they
right.
have
So okay,
Lord this time around, so Shardul. So that is
exactly.
that is what was missing last year. So
Exactly. And I think let's discuss that, I guess, right? We agree on the lineup. Um, Rinku, Nitish, Russell, Narayan, Shardul.
yes.
Okay. Then I want your opinion on Lord himself, Shardul. Like, what do you guys think, both of you, will start with Akshay, what do you think is going to be the impact of somebody like Shardul, who was not, I guess, really fit, was not fitting in for
Hmm.
Delhi, But I think he fits right. At least for me, he fits right in to KKR's camp. But I want to hear from you. What do you think are going to be the impacts
Yeah,
of having
he
somebody?
was not fitting in. I think there was one more reason to it, that he was not getting management support also there, right?
Yeah,
Ponting
leader.
did not want him somewhere, but here, the new coach, right, Chandu, if I'm not, I don't know his name, you
Chandrakant,
might know.
Chandrakant
KKR's
Pandit.
new coach, Chandrakant Pandit. Yes, thank you, Adi.
Chandu.
Chandu, yeah.
I'll call him Chandu. Akshay calls him Chandu as if he lives next door and sells
For
milk.
God's sake, he's a Ranji
No,
winning
no,
coach. He won Ranji.
I know.
To
He
you,
did.
to Akshay, he delivers milk at his home.
he, he did coach Shreyas and, if I'm not wrong, Shardul also somewhere
Yes,
in
in
Ranji
Mumbai.
as well. So he has that connect. So that's why they went for Shardul in the beginning. That's why they were somewhere trusting him that he would be an impact player. And KKR did miss an Indian fast bowler, some bowling somewhere in the death also, but I think Shardul can do now. So
Actually, I'll what I think is Shardul will definitely perform with the bat for KKR. So KKR has had these crazy stunts pulled out sometimes where a bowler would come and just like hit it out. Shardul is more of a all rounder than Pat Cummins, I will say, but I think he'll be fitting in there very like I don't think there'll be a problem in batting zone. Bowling, on the other hand, I think it would actually benefit Shardul from playing in
hmm.
Eden. So Shardul's like think about it, right? 7 games he's playing in Delhi. Delhi is not a fast pacer friendly pitch, and Shardul doesn't have a lot of pace to offer on a pitch that doesn't offer anything. Now, let's be honest, guys. Come on, right? So now Shardul will be playing in Eden, where his pace would be supported. I think Eden is a perfect place for a bowler who has to rely on a pitch a little bit, but can produce anything. He can break any fucking
Seriously.
partnership at any point. Nobody knows, even he doesn't know how he's doing that. But as long as he has some support from the pitch, he's going to do that. So out of 14, 15 games, whatever you're going to play, if you're going to play 7 at home, it's going to be a massive advantage to have someone like Shardul in,
One more
right?
thing before we move on to the
Mhm.
greatest team in IPL who are doing their Hall of Fame, um, that they they
Why are you attacking? Oh, God.
Why are you attacking RCB? Because RCB doesn't attack
They don't
anything,
even defend.
right? And not with their
The
ball.
defensive don't defend.
Yeah.
RC,
Why is RCB even a team, dude? I don't
RCB is
understand.
a marketing team, not a IPL team.
It's a fact. I won't even laugh at that. I would laugh at he don't attack anything, but they are. I
Oh,
mean, I can discuss so many things on it. Maybe we can have
I'm
an
laughing.
episode later on to discuss what RCB is, except cricket.
Okay, sure, sure.
So yeah, so they have Anukul Roy this time around. So they might play him in place of Varun Chakravarti in matches.
Okay.
So depending on the matches, yeah. Because Varun last time also he was not that good. Not sure how this year. But Anukul Roy, if I'm not wrong, from bowling perspective, he's somewhat like Jadeja or
Yes,
Akshar.
sort of.
So he might play.
Another possibility that I was thinking of. So we know Umesh Yadav had done really well last season, right? One of the best bowlers for KKR, but he was best because KKR understood his weakness very well. That he's not going to be your go-to bowler in depth. You have to utilize him properly in the
Hmm.
first over itself. Now I am wondering that I was
Yeah.
hearing some reports that Loki might not be available for a few matches because of some injury concern. I've not got a proper report on it, but some noise on that. So if that happens, then that means that they would have only Tim Saudi to go to, right? And I think if you are going to have a Tim
Yeah.
Saudi as well as a Shardul Thakur, in that case, adding Umesh Yadav again would actually weaken your death bowling way too much. Like you don't. So last time they had Mavic Nagarkoti. They were not experienced, but they were pacers who can try and bowl in death. I think they might set out Umesh in a few matches if Loki is not available based on the combinations.
Yeah,
Yes,
Vaibhav
right.
Arora is
That's
there,
why.
right?
So
So
that's why I put him as one of the possible options.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't think that's likely. I know both of you would agree because KKR does give young bowlers a chance and then they go to the other franchisee for 11 crores, right? Prasid Krishna, right? But that can happen. I'm not saying that cannot happen, but I think what's going to happen is they are going to have a massive belief on Umesh Yadav because of the way he's performed in tests
The one they lost,
against
right?
Australia this time around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, yeah, imagine if the entire pitch has been dug in a way to support spinners, and you as a pacer still come in and take wickets, right? So that's how good he's been recently. So and his performance last time, I know that's test, but his performance last time in the T20 League IPL itself was, very good. So actually, if you think about it, if you have someone like Umesh to start, in your first 6 7 overs or 8 overs, someone like
Mm-hmm.
him. If you have someone like Sherdle who can break partnerships
12,
in that
13, 12,
key,
13.
yeah, 9 to 12 to 13 overs area, and then you have somebody, let's say Lockie Ferguson, to bowl your final 5 overs or 6 overs, right? It's a very very good pace attack on a very good pace side because they'll
So
be playing at Eden, right? So this then becomes a
yeah, no,
very,
I agree
yeah.
that
Go ahead, Anand.
when
You had
if
something.
Loki is playing, then Umesh makes perfect sense. But I am talking about the possibility that if Loki is not there, then what happens? That you have Shardul, you have Umesh.
Yeah.
Umesh is power play, and Saudi is also more of a power play bowler, or maybe in the middle. He can maybe give you one good over at that because he has a lot of
Mhm.
experience, but he's not going to give you a lot of slower ones or variations as such to which can be effective in IPL in India. So that's where my problem.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
So they have, I think, Kulwant also. He's again a
Not
fast bowler,
this time also.
and yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Kulwant
he's
is
there.
away. Right, right,
Left
right.
let
left
me
Sorry,
arm.
my bad.
let me just let me just throw in a wrench into these things, right? There's also a concept this time around in IPL of
Impact
X factor
impact
player,
player.
impact player. Now, no, I'm just asking a question, guys. Come on, right? That's my job. Actually, not a job, but I've taken this anyway. So, uh, now think about it. If what you are saying, Adi, is correct, and if you don't have, let's say, a Lockie Ferguson for the first few matches, you can still play Umesh, bowl the first 2 overs, and then see if you need the other bowler or not, right? So Umesh, if that is the case,
Yeah,
Umesh
see, all
definitely
of
plays all the games.
all my
Come back now,
combinations that I have put
bitch.
till now.
I am there with Umesh
Yeah,
playing. I have no
and
concerns.
and I'm
Yeah.
saying that all my combinations
Uh,
that I prepared, right, like the discussions that we are going to have, is like I have not taken impact player into consideration because I don't understand that thing well enough to put a 11
Correct.
according to that. So that's going to take some time for me to understand and create a situation scenario accordingly.
Not even Big Bash understands that.
Nobody understands that. I actually, so I don't know, one of the Dhoni cocksuckers, I don't know which one,
What?
but somebody was saying one of the Dhoni cocksuckers, I forgot the commentator. It can be Sunil Gavaskar, it can be Akash Chopra, anyone. Right? So one of them was saying that how does the impact player turn game, impacts the game? Like how does that work? So they said ki Dhoni would do it properly for this year, and then everybody would learn
Oh
from
God.
him. So yeah, I'll wait and
Okay.
learn
I
from
think before we go, we have Russell's replacement also, David Wiese. So he's also there.
Oh,
If Russell is not fit, he'll play.
I don't see Russell not playing actually, because not from a fitness point of view or anything. He has gotten out of international side. He's not playing any other, and he's not focusing on another league until unless it's a Knight
Hmm.
Rider, right, franchisee. So I think he and Narayan are so engrossed into the Knight Rider franchisee, they know this is their bread and butter, right? So even if, unlike Bumrah, even if their back is broken, I think they're playing this game. So I'm not worried about David Villa, but David Villa is a good replacement, actually,
Okay.
to be very honest.
Before we go, one question: predictions where they will
Hmm.
be in the league table.
No, so my prediction. Okay, I'll go ahead with prediction. Uh, Bowling of KKR is going to be one of the best this time. Right, that's what I'm like.
Hmm.
And because again, if you just go with the rule of, not rule of odds, actually, if you just go with the numbers, right, 7 games you're going to play in Eden, you have a brilliant bowling attack, right? You have a player, Varun Chakravarti, who doesn't bowl well outside, but in Eden he's been there only, his entire camp has
Correct.
been there, right? this bowling attack, given their all-round option, is going to be very good. So I'll say, let's do this prediction: bottom five or top five. I'm going to say top five. Only you can, obviously you can have only five teams. I'll say KKR would be in top five, not in bottom five because of their bowling. But Shakib is the captain. I'm going to say even top four or top three can go. Why? I'll tell you why. Because in I know Adi doesn't believe it. I have also lost the faith into it, but I'm coming back to the faith that captains are important in T20s also. Like I would say, if you have a very good captain, maybe a very strong 11th, the captain
But
can
captain
overcome.
wise, Shreyas Iyer is good. There's no doubt.
No, Iyer is
Yeah.
good. If Iyer is
He is
not
not
there,
even there. They might
then
go for Shakib or someone else.
Shakib is needed, because if Narayan or Russell come in, no, not the captains. I'm sorry, like not tactically that fit to
A
be
year will
captains.
captain like Ricky Ponting from the dugout.
That can happen.
So,
That can
so
happen.
for me, it would be three or four.
Okay. I see.
Okay.
When last time Morgan took them to the final, right? That made me believe that no, captain's role is important. Like the same team with DK was a completely different thing, and Morgan started poorly because obviously it takes a time to settle
Yeah.
in. But so I still believe captains have a role to play. But let me make this clear. Rohit Sharma is a very average captain. We'll come back to it later. Here, I believe KK are going to finish fourth or fifth. Like they might reach the playoffs, but I'm expecting a fourth or fifth kind of finish for them.
So overall, it's
No.
fourth for if you combine them. So
Both. Both. Everybody combined, I agree with it, Saurabh. And again, I think let's move on to a very important marquee
yes,
team. But before we go there, right? Just want to say, what top 10 we are saying, I think, is how the group we are seeing is ending. What's going to happen at the end, I don't think anybody can say. After the last season, I'm not saying shit or who's going to win this match. This is anything goes. Other than obviously RCB,
Avade.
and other than RCB, everybody has a fair chance of winning. So let's go to that team who doesn't have any chance of winning. Yeah, which is RCB, right? Which I
Right.
wanted to cover today, right? So yeah, marketing team is doing very well, as Akshay said, right? They have Hall of Fames without a single trophy. They have, they have coach
I have a
Virat
question
Kohli
on it.
coaching,
Let me.
teams how
So
to lose.
recently, like a week
Yeah.
or 10, 15 days ago, I heard news that Gale, Chris Gale, and AB de Villiers have been included in the Hall of Fame. If they have been
Hmm.
included, so
Yes,
who was there before them?
yes, they have been.
Yeah. No
No,
one.
it was there last
That's what the
year
Hall of
as
Fame
well,
is,
right? I
man.
remember last year
Right?
discussion that the Hall of Fame was created last year, and
Oh, created last year. I thought Gale and AB got that
No, they
already.
got it. They were ceremony happened today.
Oh, okay.
okay,
Ceremony was today.
They have retired the jersey numbers also.
what was their jersey number?
I don't know.
Nobody
One of them was
cares.
C33. Who the fuck is that stupid? To you want that jersey number anyway?
Dude, let's not talk stupid and RCB anymore,
Redundant.
because it feels like a cheap shot. All right. Yeah, it feels redundant. So yeah, I think let's discuss this team. Having Hall of Fame without any trophies, having you know having Virat Kohli giving lectures about how to lose, I guess, because he hasn't won anything in IPL anyways. Right? So I don't know what was happening with RCB. What do they do? What do they want actually? This is actually a bigger question than what do girls want, right? I know as guys we have what do girls want. What does RCB want? I don't know. Like I don't. Anyways, let's move on to RCB. Let's see how are they going to lose this year, right? So I'll start. Right, obviously their captain Pap is going to open with Kohli, right? Uh, Again, I'll say this is a very strong batting opening, right? Like this is probably team of dream. Like if somebody has to pick two players to start, this is a very good opening, right? But that's it. I mean, you know, the top two players. is all, I guess. Rajat Patidar is injured, so Anuj Rawat is going to play in his place. I don't know who the fuck is that. Maxwell hasn't been informed at all. He was dropped from ODI team also, right? Mahipar Lomror, I have no bloody idea what he has done in the entire IPL. Dinesh Karthik has played been so well in T20 series that he has scored 0 run in the two World Cups that he has played altogether, and so he was kicked out of the Indian cricket team as well. I think after that we have Shahbaz Ahmed. I think if there is one person I have seen struggle more than you know Manish Pandey has been Shahbaz Ahmed. Like I don't know why he is even trying anymore, but he is right. Then it gets better, right? Then you have Hasaranga, which is a good all-round option to have. But let's be honest, he's more bowler
Hmm.
than a batsman, right? You cannot rely on his batting. So let's
Yes.
see what happened then, right? You have Anuj Rawat, Mahipal Auror, Dinesh Karthik, and Shahbaz Ahmed. Four players you cannot rely on,
I,
right?
they are thinking Kohli will again score 900 runs.
Even if Kohli scores 900, dude, 900 divided by 15 is what you get in every match. How the fuck are you going to win?
I-
My
60.
math is not good. How much is
They
that?
they
Let's.
they have Sumit, they have Suyash
Let's see.
Prabhu Desai, Rajan
Who?
Kumar,
Rajan who?
Karan Sharma.
And
That's
and bro, that is not the Karan Sharma we know. This Karan Sharma is the domestic cricketer. What on? He's not even played IPL, I guess.
Oh, God, he's the brother of Sajan Kumar, the singer. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck are these people,
Oh,
right? And I don't know what the fuck is RCB doing in this year's auction then. If you do not, dude, at least learn how to count. You need to count your batsmen on your fingers. Where the fuck are your batsmen? Where are they? Where are they? Where are
fuck off,
they? Like,
bro.
sorry,
Please don't.
I was
Please
having a
don't. I'll kill
batsman
you.
moment again. But like, what the fuck? This is like, dude, this is mad. Even as a hater of RCB, I'll say this is
no,
just too
Sumit,
stupid. I mean, we
you
are
have
losing.
to support RCB this because Maxwell's so
I will support Maxwell to get out of RCB is what I'll
yeah.
support, right? I'll support him. Dude, no, it's not even kidding, Adi. I was supporting him in Punjab. I had more faith in Maxwell in Punjab than in RCB. That's how bad I think RCB
Then I
is.
think next
So,
season probably Maxwell should come to KKR, Russell's replacement.
oh yeah, that would be nice. That's actually nice to have. Somebody would explore his bowling also in T20s, which is very underrated. In any case, let's discuss the bowling. Hasaranga is a good bowler. Harshal Patel, I think, would perform well in Bangalore, right? Yeah, I think should be fine in Bangalore. Uh, Mohammad Siraj obviously is the number one white ball bowler right now in ODIs. I
Correct.
mean, T20s also I'll consider that he's one of the best. So good bowling, I guess. The last option, I think, Hazelwood is not available, so David Willey, and I think
Top league,
you know
top league.
I don't like making big jokes, so I'll not go there. So I'll not discuss his Willie. But other than Willie, I think they have three good bowlers. And I'll let me just call this out very quickly. Uh, RCB are idiots for letting Siraj go. That's it.
Right.
That's all I would say.
Okay. First thing first. I'm going to say something which is going to trigger all the RCB fans that exist for some reason. I don't know why they exist, but they do. I don't think Faf is going to work this season. See, Faf is the kind of guy who might get 98 or 57 balls on his day, but the frequency of those days is reducing with time. We have to consider the fact that he's 38, and we keep forgetting the fact that age plays a factor. Like every season, it's happening an year, so you are not going to get 50 runs every match. He will score 300 run. Out of those 300, uh, at least three of them would be 80s, and a rest would be 0, 5, 7 of 20 balls, something like that. So their captain is going to be the non-performing captain again, just like it used to be Virat Kohli in 2020.
But but Adi, they there were news that Faf will be returning to South Africa team for World Cup, which they are not part of, but there were news that he
What are you talking?
They are not part. Oh my god! How much can you roast a team, bro? Which they are not. You want a retired player to come back for a World Cup that you're not
Uh,
qualified for? Oh my
but
god!
now I'm going to uh, destroy, not destroy, but like take the fun away from this joke because South Africa can still qualify if they win the three matches against Netherlands. They'll be directly qualifying. So
if it's a big if.
If yeah, I would say if. I have no
yeah, right.
trust in their ODI. I have
Right.
more
So
trust in Netherlands.
back to him. I
Anyways,
don't think he's going to perform.
hmm,
Virat Kohli is going to be the go-to guy again, who will score some runs like maybe 600 or something like that. But that is not going to help enough. The important factor is going to be Glenn Maxwell's form. Yes, he got dropped, but I expect him to come back to form after 4 or 5 matches. Maybe make that I mean, unfair to say, but kind of AB Virat partnership to win 2 matches, but not enough to qualify for playoffs. That kind of partnerships. So that's what I expect of them. And about their Indian batters, the Shuyash Prabhudesai, Anuj Rawat, and Mahipal Lumlol, whoever that is, Lord,
Sonu Yadav. Sonu Yadav.
Sony
Sonu
otherwise, I
Yadav.
think he was a pacer. But whatever. Basically, I don't have any sort of
Go
confidence
ahead.
in them. No point in discussing. About the bowling side, I'm interested. See, last time with Josh Hazelwood, I think he did not play the first 2 or 3 matches, and David Willey was playing in. He was doing really well, actually. So it was a bit, unfair of thoughts that you're taking in Hazelwood, who is, of course, brilliant. But they would have wanted to fit in David Willey, and it's a good opportunity right now to try him again and see how it works because he's also a good all rounder of sorts as well. So that's my
agreed.
exciting part for me.
No,
One one thing, right? So you cannot have good bowling or good batting always. So RCB has a trend record that every season they'll come. Either they'll have a good batting or good bowling. They've never had a good team. So when they when they when they came to if Sumit, if you remember KKR Adi came to Eden Gardens, they were all out for 50 something, right? That season they bought all the KKR bowlers and Nathan
Umesh Yadav,
Coulter-Nile, Umesh Yadav.
Saudi as well, I guess, right?
Yeah. So next season, Saudi as well, yeah. So next season they had a very strong bowling, tried to replicate what KKR had, but the batting was shit. This season also, the batting is not there. As we were discussing, right? You cannot have this Sonu
not just
Yadav.
batting is not there. Yeah, down that batting is not there. There is no batsman. Who the fuck is a batsman? Kohli, Kohli, Faf, and Maxi at max. That's it. Who else?
So when we're discussing, say KKR or some other team, they have options. They can do combination
Yeah,
combination.
yeah.
These guys do not have anything.
Nothing. No backup. Nothing. You know how bad your team is if your fourth recognized batsman Dinesh Karthik is still posting on his Instagram the Nidhas Trophy six that he hit. Dude, kab tak khayega uska? Ho gaya. I mean, done. Move on. It is Nidhas Trophy, not even IC. Like, I don't know what this is.
I don't think he's good
Right?
in
Just let it
moving on
go.
the
But
part.
I don't know, dude.
Let's not break that one out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll not go there. No, that's
So
personal. That's
next
personal.
team,
I'll not go
next
personal.
do you want to go to the next team?
Predictions
Yeah, I
first.
want to
Because
go
these
to
are
the next
the
team, and my prediction.
that
My,
before we go on to the champions, but yeah.
Mhm. Oh, okay. But yeah, before we go to the current champions, let's get to the prediction. Bottom five, easily
I'll
bottom
have a
five.
number. I'll have
Right.
a number ninth.
Okay. All right. No, no. I'll not say
The
that
tenth is
because
always reserved for Punjab. So
Yeah,
Punjab, huh,
and
fair enough.
I'm
Punjab
doing
is well, but I
yeah,
mean,
I'm doing two
everybody.
positions. Like for KKR, I said fourth or fifth. Similarly for RCB, I'm going to say eighth or ninth. Somehow, I believe they won't finish at the bottom. Like they'll lose a lot, but
ninth, then ninth.
No, no. They'll not. They'll not. They'll not be below Punjab.
that's
I don't
not
think that is
possible,
going to
right?
happen. As you said, right? Faf would play some. It's physically impossible.
How do you do
But
that?
no, dude, come on. See, however much we want to roast RCB, at least even if it's a wrong thought, Even if it's a wrong thought, at least some thought has gone behind it. Punjab, there is no thought. Preeti Zinta did a line, हाँ क्या खरीदने का
Sam.
है, क्या खरीदने का है, and then like that.
Oh,
That's how it. So it's not, yeah. If you don't know, Preeti Zinta has a coke addiction in the past, so that's what I was referring to. Anyways, yeah. Let's not even compare. This is a bottom team. I don't know why they even play, but let's move on to somebody who nobody on this panel also, right, was giving above four last time. Above 4 or 5, we were not giving to GT, right? They were in the middle. Surprised everyone, including Rishi Sonak, sorry, Ashish Nehra, and then we had my bad.
Rishi Sunak was
And
playing cricket with the England team today.
yeah, the England team, yeah, and yeah, so they won, and I was surprised to say the least. I was happy to see Miller finally winning. It's very difficult for South Africans. They never win.
Chokers,
So
chokers.
yeah, anything. So it was good to see that. I think we can discuss that team. Let's. I'll give Adi. Adi, if you
yeah.
want to go ahead on this
One
one.
thing before Adi goes, one thing, sorry, Adi. I'm very happy with only one player coming in, Kane Williamson. Now, Adi, you can start.
Uh, Kane Williamson.
Whom?
Yes. So I
Oh,
think
okay. All right.
Kane Williamson coming in gives a lot of confidence to GT because they had a good, like everyone was performing, and I think Hardik Pandya as a batter had to take a lot of responsibility of being the guy who plays at number three, set us the innings and try to finish it at be with the finisher as well. Like if Miller or Terry are going to finish, Hardik was there with them to support at that. Having Kane Williamson number three or maybe even opening, I have kept him at number three. Gives you a guy who is there, stable, will make a 20 ball 30 or 25 ball 30 of sorts in the first half, and others can hit hard around him. So that is a very good option to have, and he can play anywhere between one or four, like depending on the requirement. If one of your openers is out, he can play there. If needed, he can bat at four as well. He is that capable, even though he recently has not played T20s that well. But I think he has that option. Team wise, I think very easy to say that Gill is going to be one of the openers. Regarding the second opener, I thought of Kane Williamson, but you need a wicket keeper, and I don't think having Matthew Wade in a lineup where you already have David Miller and Rahul Tewatia is a uh, required thing. So, Ridhiman Saha as a opener would make sense. In power play, he can hit some lusty blows, maybe quick fire 30, 15 ball 30 kind of innings, and that would be more than what you would want.
What blows, Adi? What blows?
Lusty blows is the term that I used.
Okay.
Okay, and number
All
three would
right.
be Kane Williamson. Yes.
Let's not discuss Saha's Tharak here. Yeah. Let's move. Actually, Adi, sorry to cut you there, but I just wanted to say that I think you all might agree that having somebody like Kane Williamson is a better option in GT than would have been to even have had somebody like Joe Root or Steve Smith who do the same job. But having Kane Williamson work under Hardik Pandya is, we all know Kane is a player who will not cause any problem. You can bench him for half of the season, ask him to captain the next half of the season. That guy would do with a smile, right? If he's
Right,
playing,
yes.
he'll not, occupy a lot of space. That he'll wait for somebody to come to him and ask him, what do you think? And only then he'll, he won't take up any captainship pressure, put any captainship pressure on Hardik. Rather, he would take if
Hmm.
needed. He's that kind of player, which even me being a fan of Smith and Root, I would say, would not have done that. Like if they are playing and there is somebody like Hardik who's just starting, they would want to, take away a piece of the spotlight from him. But I don't think Kane Williamson would do
Right.
that,
I
and
think that's the thing.
he'll
Hardik Pandya is a alpha. He's not going to be the, kind of guy, a senior player can come and tell him what to do.
yeah.
Rohit does that because obviously he's the captain, but when he's the captain, he's the boss. And having Kane Williamson, of course, Kane Williamson will always be his secondary of sorts. But in the thought process, Kane Williamson is, I'm sure about it, that he's going to help Hardik grow as a captain a lot. Plus, as I said,
Exactly. That's
earlier, Hardik Pandya was the stable batsman. Now they have Hardik Pandya and Kane Williamson. both, and I think number 3 and 4 they are brilliant options, and that works perfectly for them. Actually,
Yep.
Where is Sumit's favorite Matthew Wade? Come on, Adi, what is this?
Actually, I was going to discuss Matthew Wade, but okay, let's go discuss, and then Adi, you can finish
right.
off the entire
I'll
team,
finish off the entire
right?
team, right?
But Matthew Wade, right? If he did or not, Matthew Wade
Uh,
to play or not. The mere fact that they did not drop him, right? The mere fact that they did not drop him means that they are going to look at Saha. If Saha is going to give them that 30 odd runs that they need, then good. Matthew Wade is not going to play. But if it turns out that every match, which has happened with Williamson a lot, that every match he was a first down, he in the second over only he's coming to bat. If that's going to happen a lot, I'm not saying Saha or Gill or both of them or one of them, but if that's going to happen a lot, maybe they'll look to drop Saha for a few matches and see if Matthew Wade is able to play in that slot or not. That's the only option. I'm not saying
you
he's
see,
going to able to
the
play
thing with
normally.
Matthew Wade is that he's more of a bit of a risky player. You cannot always expect him to play well. But if you are going to
Yeah,
play Matthew Wade, you'll have
yep,
to drop one of I don't know, Alzari Joseph maybe. You cannot drop Rashid Khan. You cannot drop
yes,
Kane
sir.
Williamson. So
Yeah,
are you going to drop Alzari Joseph?
yeah,
I don't think that's a fair thing to do when you have already dropped Lockie Ferguson. You need that kind of bowler, foreign pacer, because you have Shami yes there, but who's the third guy? I think that you need Alzari Joseph there. So that's so.
Correct.
And yes, Rahul Tewatia, and just in case if the pitch assists spin, if it turns out to be the Ahmedabad, which we saw in England, we can see our Sai Kishore playing ahead of here.
I think they have a good team. I don't know that again. Last season, the playing 11 was very stable, right? Everyone was
yeah.
performing. So now this with this season, if the playing 11 is not performing, the backups are not
Yes,
that
right.
good.
I mean,
So
I still don't
so
understand why exactly did they sell Lockie Ferguson to KKR. That logic doesn't make sense to me. Kane Williamson is good, but is he going to offer the same thing? I mean, similar kind of balance which Lockie Ferguson did? I don't think anyone else can do that. So a bit stupid.
I would
what
say
what
this.
I
I
what
would
my
say
Sumit can come in. So what my process was that they were somewhere thinking of swap that Pat Cummings going there, Lockie coming in here, but then Pat said that I won't play the IPL this season. So that is what I think might have happened somewhere.
exactly. I was going to say the same thing. We were discussing it back when the auction was happening, me and Akshay. And this, I thought, was the thought process that Loki made more sense to KKR and Pat Cummins made more sense to um, GT, because GT had a lot of matches where at the end one of the bowlers was going to hoik the ball out of, right, and they needed somebody who's strong mentally himself. Like they didn't need a captain to bowl. That was Pat Cummins for them, and they could have gotten him in very cheap because nobody was going to bid very high on Cummins in this auction. So if just selling Ferguson to the price that they've bought, and then they would have been able to buy Cummins and another player. That's what maybe their thought process was, but not. Anyways, overall, what do you guys think? I think, see, the my opinion is top five, easily top five. They have a very strong all round. Like the middle order is very strong. If they get any decent thing from the opener, right? And Gill is in the form of his life almost. So I'll say, right, coming out of, I don't know how many 200 Indian players will hit in ODIs, but let's see. But somebody who's in red hot form is going to perform. And if as good as their middle order has been, if they just do that with the bowling that they have, I don't see why not they can be in the top five.
They would be, I think, third for me.
I was going to say the
Third.
same thing, second or
Okay.
third. Again, I don't see them finishing top of the table because something is going to, you know, fall.
Hmm.
Something is going to get disturbed. But
Yeah.
overall, they'd still
Yeah.
be in second or third position or something like that.
Okay. Makes complete sense. Let's go to. I don't even want to
Uh,
discuss this.
Adi will discuss about this too.
Adi,
Come
yeah,
on, Adi,
please,
complete
Adi,
it
take
in
it.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. No point discussing this team. I think Sumit might even play in this team. So.
I actually wrote this thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I've written anyone except Sumit would work there.
I, I did. That's what I was saying.
Come on, I can, I
Okay,
can. Trust me, bro.
let's try
Just
to make
trust
a 11
me.
of this team. Okay, I think they have decided top four, kind of like how BCCI does it similarly. Rohit Sharma, the captain, the opener, quick fire 30, nothing else to do in the right these days because he definitely cannot play more than 30 balls. He gets tired too much, so he needs a vada pav break and he decides to get out at 30. So Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan for the leg side, and Sky is going to come at number three. I'm excited to see. Last year Tilak Verma had done well, but he did not get enough attention. The amount that he deserved, he did not get that because of MI trouble. This year, I want him to be the the focus, the person of the this IPL. So that would be good to see him being the guy who MI depend on. That would be the exciting part. So this top four is clear. Now I even though I have prepared a team, I'm going back to the squad that they have because I don't understand how they are going to plan anything. I mean, one would think that Chota AB did well last time, but how do you play him? You need a pace bowler, and you need a guy all rounder there because you don't have Russell anymore.
Yeah,
So I think Cam Green comes at number five. He's not your number seven batsman. Pollard,
They
sorry,
don't have
yes,
Pollard
yeah.
anymore.
KKR effect. Loving KKR too much these days.
So they're going to they're going to slot in basically. They're trying to push Cameron Green in the
Yeah,
position that Pollard used to play, basically, and
Is
that
Cameron
he's
Green going to play the IPL?
yes, he's going to play.
yeah,
So
Green is playing. He's one of like he'll die, but he'll play because the money that he's getting for this, the 21, 22-year old guy. I mean, come on, dude. You would play if you were 22-year old and given this much money. Even if you're going to get hit on head, you're going to play.
as long as it's
It's
not the other
fine.
head.
Worth it.
So,
Oh, you mean Travis?
right.
Yeah, no, Travis would play.
Okay, so he's going to be the
Not good.
number five guy.
So about this team, Adi, right now, the players that you've discussed, let's add Tim David also, right?
I think Tim David
So
at
how
number
many
six,
players
right?
did you get?
Uh,
Like we want to. You have six players right now. This is your core bat. Not core. This is your batting, basically, right? Just looking to at the names of it, right? Looks like a very strong batting lineup. I don't see any problem at any point there. If they could have slotted in, as you said, Baby AB, the World Davis, in place of Tilak Verma, maybe a little stronger, but then there are rules. You cannot do that, right? If they, again, not keeping in mind the impact player thing, but let's go with what the six we have. If you out of six, you have five big name players and then one player who has performed well, I don't see it as a batting lineup at all. Like this looks like a
yeah,
top five batting lineup. My problem is what is going to happen next. So, Adi, let's go through the bowling and let me know
yeah.
who the fuck is there other than
Arjun
Jofra Archer.
Tendulkar. No, what?
Okay,
Come on.
here's the thing. I don't think if you guys remember it, but Mumbai had a pathetic season last time. But in last 2 3 matches, they did slightly well. Like they sort of tried to understand okay what players we have. Ritik Shokin was one of the finds. Kumar Kartike was one of the finds, and there was another guy, Ramandeep Singh. He was scoring, playing 5, 6, or 7 balls and scoring 15, 16, 14 kind of runs. So, a guy who can be good at number 7. And he was taking a wicket or two in last match. Like I remember he bowled 1 over, he took 1 wicket. In next match, he bowled 3 overs and took 2 wickets. Last over, 3 wickets. So, a guy who can give you some runs and can get you wickets, I think, being an Indian when you already have Cam Green kind of person, I think at number 7 he makes very good sense. And of course we have Arjun Tendulkar, the golden egg, probably for some reason.
Yeah, he's
At okay, that would be my number
top.
7. At number 8, I'm expecting them to play a spinner. Now spinners they have three options: Ritik Shokin, Kumar Karthikeyan, and one of the most successful bowlers ever in the history of IPL, Piyush Chawla. Yes, I think he's not even that old. He's 32 or 33, something like that. So
No.
can you check? I'm not
Seriously?
100% sure, but I think that that's the case. I mean, I can check that right now. Where is he?
34, 34,
Let's go. Let's go
34.
ahead.
So
34.
he's actually the same age as Maxwell. So I think he can be one of the option at number 8. At number 9, there is going to be Zofra Archer. And if Bumrah was there, they could
Yeah.
obviously that would make a lot of sense. But because Bumrah is not there, they need to play Jason Prentoff or Dwayne Johnson. Now I know you would ask that Dwayne Johnson, who is that guy? Yeah, he's twin brother of Macro Johnson, and he's a left-arm pacer, tall, who can be good at number 7 or 8 as well. So that's one thing that works in his favor. He has
Yeah.
done well in domestic cricket, so I think he's going to be one of the people.
But this is in India, right?
Yeah. He's not going to play well. Yeah.
Right, and they have no other option. They have to play Arshad Khan, being the only. I mean, maybe another Indian pacer they have. Maybe they are still looking for someone, but they will need to play Indian pacer at 11.
Well, Adi has written there very clearly that anyone would be there, anyone would fit there other than me. So first of
You
all,
would think
fuck
you would
you,
fit.
right?
You
And
won't
then
fit
second,
anywhere.
dude, I'm
Yes, it
that's
is.
fat shaming. First of all, right? The seat, the seats on the airline do get a little tight, but let's move on, right? That's
Sumit
not the
will play
discussion here.
BPL.
I'll play. I'll play. If they let me play, I'll play anywhere other than the Paisa shortage league. That I'm not going there, as are the Indian players, right? So nobody's going there. Uh, so what you just said, right, Adi? Whatever you started saying, to me sounded like this. When we were discussing the batting, it was like tidin 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 tidin, right, and then right, like it just went straight downwards. Like you have 4 overs from Jofra Archer, I guess. Two you'll utilize at the start, two at the end. But you're going to play 16 other overs also, right? Who the fuck is going to bowl them? These fuckers that you just named are not going to be it, right? Behrendorff is good, but Behrendorff is good when he has other pacers in Perth Scotches playing with him. He has like the best bowling lineup and he sits along with them. He's not the best, right? He has the best bowling lineup to work with him. If you are depending on him, bro, I have so much bad news for you. So yeah, this pathetic bowling lineup is not going to do. Also, I think Piyush Chawla is going to play. I think Rohit Sharma would look at somebody like Piyush Chawla and be like, okay, this bowling attack is not looking good, doesn't have a lot of experience or not a lot of confidence. You come in, bro, you bowl your 4 overs. I know if if you're not taking wickets, you'll stop runs. If you're not able to stop runs, you're going to take wickets. One of the other thing will happen. I'm happy with that. Right. So I think he's definitely playing and Jofra Archer is playing. Obviously, you'll have to play Berendorf or the fake Jansen, right? Whichever one is fine with you. But
No, no, not both
both
of
of
them
them are
definitely.
not going to be any help. Yeah, and no, and they're not
Oh,
going to be any much help, is what I'm saying. Right? You dropped Riley Meredith, who started figuring out how the pitches work. Doesn't make any sense to me. And then bought Jason Behrendorff. Dude, you should have kept Meredith and not buy Behrendorff. There was no need to buy Behrendorff. Right? Meredith is a better bowler than him. Why would you do that? I don't know. But anyways, that's MI. I don't give a fuck. I think they're not going. Again, this is controversial, but I don't think they're going to be in top five. So they're going to be in bottom three.
They would be Smith for me 5. Four.
But no, no. See, we can
okay.
disagree.
I
I'm
think
just
they
saying.
are going to
I
be
don't see them.
6, 7. One of 6 or 7. Like they won't qualify, but 6, 7.
Okay. I was not. I thought you guys would not agree with me. I thought you're going with higher than five or
No,
something.
no, they can go higher than 5. For that, they would need money.
They have money. Oh,
Oh yeah,
right
the
before
12th player,
Anil
the bench
Chaudhary and
guys,
Nitin
right?
Menon, right?
Those are the ones that are needed. Yeah.
I'm
No,
putting in for now.
no, put in place of put in place of Arshad Khan, Nitin Menon, please. That would make sense. Okay, so till now we have discussed 14th. I think we are a little over time, so we'll stop here and we'll do the next episode. But just a quick recap: we have KKR at fourth, RCB at ninth, GT at third, and MI at sixth right now. That's where we have slotted the teams. We'll end this episode here and very quickly move on to the next one. So, guys, please, if you've watched this, move on to the next one. We are going to post that, simultaneously. So let's do that. Thanks for joining us, and please click on the next video.